Hi guys, Dragon here today doing not an overnight deck profile or one of my other vids. Doing something completely different which I've wanted to do for a very long time, but it's cost an incredible amount of money to build this. And it would have been a lot more had I done it when it was still good. A Burning Abyss deck profile. Now, just to make a note, this isn't your typical Burning Abyss build. I've kind of just built this one up from scratch myself. I tried a few different things. Honestly, I've tried the Malakota Gin. It's all right. It's a lot of resources, to be honest, especially if you don't have Gin in the grave to use Malakota. And basically, you have to run 3 Good and Evil and 2 Malakota to make it work. And in the end, it just doesn't add up. I mean, Good and Evil is great because you can trigger off one of your monster's effects and then add anything to your hand. But in the end, just wasn't good enough. The side's not fully complete because I'm still kind of new to this. I've been using it for a couple of weeks. It's been running fantastic. And yeah, I probably should get started into it and then explain a few things. And there's another video I want to make spinning off from this and deck choices, which you'll figure out at the end. Explaining why a card is pretty decent and what it's done for me. Starting off, I'll run 1 tour guide. I at points decided that I might want to take that out, but yeah, it's too good really to take out. 1 tour guide, 3 Graph, 3 Sir, 3 Scum, 3 Farfa. Pretty typical for Burning Abyss. They're the ones that we run, well, the max of. Next up is basically, you'll figure this one out quick enough, 2 Rubik, 2 Libic, 2 Kagnar, 2 Drakig, or Drakig, 2 Babar, as I like to call him, not Barbar, Babar, I'll call him Babar, 2 Calcab, keep watching, and 2 Alec. I have very good reasons for this. I might need to put in another video, but I have extremely good reasons as to why I'm running 2 and 2. And yeah, might have to explain that a bit later for now. And Barber's absolutely amazing. He's one of the ones that almost could go to 3, if not Libic, but not Rubik. Barber seals so many games for you. So does Farfa. Farfa's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm not trying to spoil it for you guys. Spells and traps. I'm going to kind of put them together because it's going to go into explaining a few things to you guys. So I run 2 Galaxy Cyclone main. Again, this deck's not finished, so yeah. 2 Breakthrough Skills, 1 Allure, 1 Foolish Burial. I'm really considering beginning the end. I don't know what to take out and put it in, and a lot of other cards. But I've got a big problem in this deck that I want to keep the monster to spell trap ratio as 2 to 1 basically. As you might figure out at the end if you count this up, I'm pretty sure this is 42 cards. Next up is we have 2 Fire Lakes. I will be testing out 3. I know the deck used to run 3. Yeah, I haven't played it enough to know what's good or bad. But this build doesn't, I don't know if it needs 3, but in testing, if you go first, 3 and opening up with 1 is just insane. It'll just wreck your opponent. 3 Traveler. Yes, Traveler is actually very good in this build because we run 3 Terminus. Again, keep watching. Don't be scared away because I run Terminus and 2 Calcap and 2 Alec and Traveler. This deck is ridiculous. I have people all the time just amazed at how well it runs. Really good players just amazed at how well this deck has run and the shit that I pull off with it. You'll be surprised how good Terminus actually is. Terminus is a 1 card out to Diamond. If your opponent can't stop it, let's put it this way. If you play Terminus and you got nothing on the field, so don't even worry about Dante. So you have a Farfa in hand, a Graph, and let's say one of the other ones. Let's say like a Calcab or an Alec or something, or a Drag Hig. You play Terminus, you bring out Dante Pilgrim, he's 2/8, so he beats over Diamond. You activate Graph's effect or Farfa's, your choice, as Chainlink 1 and 2. And then activate the one that doesn't matter as Chainlink 3. Let's put it to you this way. Your opponent can't respond to these two if they're Chainlink 1 and 2 and there's a Chainlink 3. So in order to stop their effects with Diamond, Diamond can only stop the one that's Chainlink 3. That's why I say it's a one card out. You play this, you go Chainlink 1 or Chainlink 1 and 2, blah blah blah, and that Chainlink 3. You bring out Dante Pilgrim, they have to negate that if they want to negate it. The other one, Farfa banishes their Diamond, Graph special summons from the deck. Voila, you've got one card out. That's actually let you do something with the deck against the card which basically shuts it down. That said, it's also decent against other decks like your Senjus because they can't return your Guide Hand and they like to macro a lot. Just be wary that they will have other outs like Cowboy. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, but it's actually done wonders for me. To be honest, if I start with two of these in my opening hand and I have a tour guide and that goes off, generally, even with two, it's not a brick. And if I can open two Dante Pilgrims and they don't have an instant out like Dark Hole or Raigeki, generally I am pretty well set up for the rest of the game. That said, I'll probably go into the extra deck before I explain anything, because I do want to make it a separate video explaining Dante Pilgrim a little bit for you guys, because I think he's a little bit overlooked at the moment and what the deck will actually do, especially with Traveler and all that. So yeah. Anyway, extra deck, obviously you've got the 3 Dante XYZs, you've got 2 Virgil, and because we've got 3 Terminus, we're running 2 Dante Pilgrim. Yeah. Let's go into that in another video. Also run 2 Downed Magicians, because you'll need them to keep your Dantes from losing out when your opponent goes into Travere, and a lot of other things. Also, if you want to trigger off end of turn effects, like you got a Scam out and you want it to go to the grave so you can search. One Equipped Engineer, which I haven't even played that card, so that could be taken out. One Levier, the Sea Dragon. That's actually done some wonders with me, especially now the Barber's in the deck and you're banishing a lot. I've had times where I've just gone Levier, special summon Sir or Graph, special summon Farfa from the grave or Farfa from the deck, and then, you know, banish one of their monsters and go boom, swing. Yeah. It's been quite interesting. One Alucard as well, because I hate dealing with my opponent's back row. One Nightmare Shark, because you don't need to, honestly, in this deck, not how it runs now. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I'd wanted to go into 2 Nightmare Sharks, you know, to deal 4k over 2 turns. Yeah, especially with Diamond, like, it's not going to happen. It's also fun when you have an Acid Golem out in the field as well. Or, well, you go into Acid Golem and then you can make Acid Golem attack for 3k. This has won me a few games by himself. I had one game when I was at the regionals recently where my opponent was playing Volcanic Heroes. Turn 1 I bring out Acid Golem so I can take over his Dark Law, otherwise, you know, I would have basically lost. Turn 2 he sets a card. He was on 4,000 life as well because he played a Hero Lives, so he went down to 4k at the start of the game. Turn 2 I attack his face down monster that goes... turn 2 I detach a Farfa off Acid Golem, banish his face down monster, attack him for 3k damage. So he's on 400 left. The turn after I take 2k damage, and I attack his monster. Actually no, that's not what happened. That didn't even happen. He flipped his monster over, it turned out to be, I think, a Volcanic Rocket or something like that. He gets off a play, goes in Larval Chain, adds a... I know he summons a rocket. I can't remember. He had some sort of monster, maybe it was Bubble Man. Summons a rocket, searches his deck for Blaze, Accelerator, goes in Larval Chain, activates Larval Chain's effect, I chain Breakthrough Skill to it, and then he can't do much. So next turn, Acid Golem detaches Alec. Alec negates the effect of Acid Golem. Acid Golem can now attack. Acid Golem attacked into his revival chain, and that was game. And the last card is Triage Levia, which again, kind of there. So I've kind of got 2 spots I can fill up. One of them has to be Giga Brilliant because yeah. But other than that, that's the most of it for you guys. Now, I don't really know if I should even bother with some of the side decks stuff, because it's really not complete. And there's a lot of things I'm still testing out and shit. And a lot of secret techs I don't really even want to go into. But Fiend Grievings are in there. 2 of them. Book of Eclipse is in there. Solemn Scolding's in there, because I tried that main board, but I decided it was much better as a sideboard card. And it is, again, I won a game at my regionals because my opponent flipped Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and I flipped Scolding, and he just put his hand out. Cross cards in the side, and 3 Mind Crosses are in the side. Again, I'm very limited for options of what I want on main board because I do have all the Burning Abyss cards. They do work very well with each other, but I want to keep the monster lineup and the spell and trap lineup 2 to 1 because you really don't want to start an opening hand with 4 spells and 1 Burning Abyss, especially if you're going first. That happened to me once out of like 20, 30 games I've had. Like, it's a really rare chance that I'll open with a hand that has 4 spells and traps and 1 Burning Abyss monster. But it does happen on occasion, just to warn you guys. Well, it's 4 spells and traps and one of them is not not Allure of Darkness, at least. But yeah, that's another reason why I didn't want to run beginning to the end, because it does brick early. It's amazing late game, mid and late, but early it's just, yeah. Yeah, also Galaxy Cyclone and Breakthrough Shield. Now, the choices why I've got that is, and I probably do need to put an MST in main, but I think I'll be siding MSTs instead. The reason why these cards are excellent is because you'll mill so much using Dante's with this deck, and which is why it's over 40 cards, and it's not painful doing so. That you'll want to mill the Galaxy Cyclone and Breakthrough Skill in the grave, because again, if they have a diamond, you want to break through it and try to get rid of it and go for game that turn. If they have a face-up macro and you have a Galaxy Cyclone in the grave, you kind of want to banish that out. If they happen to have a face-up Necro Valley, you're pretty fucked, especially with this deck, because there's like absolutely no other outs to that. So yeah, just be weary, which is why I decided that, but still. Nonetheless, I hope you guys like this. If you want some more information on my choices and stuff, don't feel free to ask down below in the comments. Again, I'm just kind of getting used to this deck, so don't expect it to be absolutely perfect, but I will make another deck profile, well, not deck profile, I will make another deck profile for this soon, but I'll also make a profile on Dante Pilgrim, why I think that's good and what it can do. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And Dragon Arthur out. Let's wait till leap. Yeah, let's do that again.